Finding a Better Direction for People at Best Buddies Worldwide by Timothy Marr. Well, who is Best Buddies International? Best Buddies is a non-profit organization that has spanned over 140 countries, helping over 900,000 people and earning over $100 million dedicated to helping people with IDD, intellectual and developmental disabilities. And they're dedicated to helping one person at a time in over 1,900 locations. With this success, there still comes the question, can we do more? And how do we make a change? With only 15% of people with IDD currently working, the question is, what is holding those additional 85% people back from changing their lives? What we're here to do today is to find the answers and help them further their lives. Yet still, there's little to be known. We do know that people with IDD have a 1 in 3 chance to find employment, unlike others, where an average person looks for up to 14 days to find employment. Someone with IDD could be searching for over 9 weeks. And currently, the EEOC has said that 20% of the cases filed for discrimination are for people with IDD or other disabilities. We do know that one factor that holds back people with IDD from finding employment sometimes can come to the fact that there's multiple disabilities, such as with autism, where a lot of times there's additional mental or physical ailments, such as obsessive-compulsive disorder and some physical disorders as well that might put them in a wheelchair or incapacitated. That's why we need research. We need to find what we're looking for is employers that have the ability to take the time out and help train employees that are going to be long-standing people within the workforce. We also wish to find the true cause of unemployment and see if it is rather discrimination versus the inability to work, or the physical disability rather than the geographical, or the opposite. And many times we've seen throughout research that transportation plays a big role in employment. And many times people with IDD don't have the adequate transportation or driver's license to be able to find themselves a decent job. Now, this is something that Best Buddies at the moment does try to help with. Each one of their social workers does take time out to take people to their jobs, even when it comes to 1 or 2 part-time jobs. While looking at the research from the past, there has been many issues. Some of the issues lie with a broadened view. While much of the issues that have been touched upon in research are done usually with one ailment, be it autism, or more broadened views using quantitative research such as the percentage of people working in the construction industry in the United Kingdom. While this is fine, a lot of times these issues arise because research is only being taken from people within that are currently employed. The true issue is that 85% of these people aren't employed, and we want to reach more broad spectrum. Plenty of people may come in through Best Buddies Worldwide, but how many people don't have the opportunity to come in? How many people try and strive for employment but are still being discriminated against because of their Down syndrome or any other physical ailments? A lot of employers have found themselves unkeen or unwilling to hire an employee because they feel that they might have a lawsuit, or they might injure an employee or find themselves in a less than satisfactory situation when it comes to their own ethical standards. And this research has not truly really yet been developed. It's a touchy subject And a lot of people seem to find that they would rather ignore disabilities than to help accept them into the workforce. While a lot of our research has been done towards autism, little has been done for IDD. A lot of these people, they receive Social Security, and some of them can only work part-time jobs. And a lot of employers feel that they would rather have somebody with an open availability and a quote-unquote less disabled person would be better for their work environment, though this isn't true. Intellectual disabilities don't stop a person from caring, a person from working hard or showing dedication. And we would like to get a better insight into the lives of people with IDD through a use of a questionnaire that we're going to have put at Best Buddies. This questionnaire is going to touch on many different subjects. We're going to use a 40-question survey, and we're going to be touching on what kinds of different disabilities these people have coming into the workplace. Are they having geographical issues, finding transportation, or has it been merely an issue with discrimination? Have they not been able to find themselves a job in the 30% less time or more time than it takes other people? Or is it merely that while they've been working, they've been continued to be discriminated against, being pushed out of the workplace? A lot of these numbers aren't being collected. And so we want to use an open platform, a place like Best Buddies, where people don't so much feel discriminated against, but are still willing to look for employment, people who are still looking for services. And this doesn't mean that every single person with IDD will show up, but it is a great gateway of over 900 million surveys that could be filled out today if driven to make a change. Just what Best Buddies is doing. But it doesn't stop there. Our survey is going to do many different things. It's going to help us find careers. We want to know what is the best career choice. As we know, a lot of people with IDD currently work in the service industry. But in my own personal experience, and in an experience with people in the United Kingdom, there's many other industries that people with IDD can go into. Currently, there's people going into fashion, construction, warehousing, factory work. Just like any other person, we need to find, as Americans, a place for everyone. And it doesn't stop at one defined area. Everyone in the nation is an individual and has different skills suited to different areas. And that's what we want to find out. Where are many people with IDD comfortable working? Where are they finding themselves achieved? This isn't so much to generalize or to point everyone in one same direction, but to really create a real questionnaire and where we can better help people find their interests and places for them to grow in. And furthermore, very few times in anyone's life are they given the chance to achieve and to excel. And we want to give people with IDD the ability to find places where they can grow into management, into team leadership, and place goals and to grow around those goals. So by using this questionnaire, we're going to open a broad idea that might answer and define really what the struggles for people with IDD are truly facing today. Now, many would say, well, how are we going to use them outside of Best Buddies? Well, of course, we want to go ahead and create incentives. Sorry, that's a typo. And we want to make it easier to issue surveys, be it on an electronic platform or a paper, and also help people with IDD fill them out with their social worker. In conclusion, I feel that we can make a change here today. By spending the time to truly learn about what's going on in our community, we can help grow our community into something that will help feel better, that is better in the future. Thank you.